I was advised to be cautious here first thing in the morning. Really, with this move to the upside, making it look bullish. And then there's this high, important price levels highlighted. That's about 11:30. We had a peak here at maybe at like 12, so we're a little early on that, or a little late on that. Not too far off. Sequence of events is pretty darn accurate. This was an important price level here in the morning, highlighted before noontime. And when you look at it from the 1 month, we have out of a decline a big move from the bottom of a range to the top of a range. And you can see that that's taking place right now, where here at the end of the day, we have this big move to the upside to reach for a high. It'll either be a really prominent peak or it'll be another high, like the top of the day's range even. I would say we probably go to 420, 429.37-ish at least. Or 429-ish at least, I should say. I'm surprised that there's no trade advisement here early in the morning. Well, technically there is, so maybe I should start interpreting this pleasure card a little bit differently. I usually interpret it as there's a crest that's revisited, but it could also be like a trough that's revisited, thinking about it based on the reasoning behind it. So I'm going to start interpreting that as an opportunity is revisited in the midst of some erratic behavior back and forth, either at a peak or trough. And that would pretty much place us right here. We were advised not to chase the trend here between 1 and 2 o'clock. And you can see the trend was to the downside here into 2 o'clock. Right around 2 o'clock, it turned around, right? And we're advised not to chase the trend here. This ruin here should really be in black. If you're new to SO meta analysis, it's a visual language using colors and shapes and opaqueness and translucencies to indicate like a wide amount of information visually at the same time and be able to read it. Took a long time to figure it out. It looks pretty simple, but it's actually pretty complicated. And well, it's complicated in its simplicity. What you doing, Hermes? Are you resting your head on my shoulder? Oh, you're such a good boy. Everybody loves you, Hermes, you know? You're such a sweetie. You're such a sweetie, you know? I'm so lucky to have found you, you know? I'm so lucky to have found you. Should be in black, actually. Where did it go? What the heck? Okay. Oh, there it is. Right, so black usually indicates like not to be like misled, not to be misled by like some sort of tricky chart behavior. And this is a little bit tricky because we had this notable turnaround, but there wasn't a point at which we bottomed out on the RSI, which usually you'll see a bottoming out before the turnaround. Hey, AW Tinting. Hello, Michigan. Hey, Tabraze. Hey, AV. I think we close higher than where we are, yes. Do we close higher than where we opened? Hard to say. We are pretty close to the highs near the open. But I think we'll at least reach this 429 range at least. Probably hit this 430 range. Oh, you the best, Hermes. Yeah, I would go long into that drop that just took place. We may still be seeing a little bit of erratic behavior here. And it is possible because this is the adjustment card. It's possible that we see ourselves go lower and then another big move higher near the close into a high. That's a possibility. It's not a strong possibility, but the adjustment card could indicate like a little bit of a oversold territory. It doesn't always. Sometimes it's like a gap up. Sometimes it's just like a really notable move to the upside, like what we're seeing right now take place. I think probably we go higher, but there is that little possibility that we have like a trough and then a big move higher at the close. I think we at least, you know what, we probably go back to this price level here, 430.50-ish. And my sense is we do that because we have this price level here is highlighted as an important price level. The Four of Swords and the Two of Swords have a strong energetic correlation to each other. And so there's orange indicating a correlation to the theme card. There's also orange at the end of the day indicating a correlation to the theme card. And both oranges are right next to a high correlation, right? So, which is also resistance we failed to break through many times before. Right? We failed to break through it there. We failed to break through it there. Here it is again. We failed to break through it. But the other indication is also here. The 29th on the 1 month seems to be pretty accurate, where out of a decline, we have a big move from the bottom of a range to the top of a range, implying again that we have this move back to that price level. Hey, Randy. Is Monday bullish? The Ace of Wands isn't necessarily a bullish card. It indicates a big move higher, but it's an opportunity to exit along or open a short. Let's take a look at the 1 month, the 1 day. Yeah, that looks bullish to me. It's pretty mixed early in the day. We do have a high cross-reading correlation here for a high. The high card of the October cluster of the 2023 reading. The October cluster high card is the Magus card, so it appears on the same day that we have on the 1 month correlation between the second and the high significator on the 1 month. So it makes it a really strong cross-reading congruency. There's probably even a better name for that. I'll have to come up with it. It's more than just a cross-reading congruency. It's like two congruencies coming together, almost. So I would say it looks like the majority of the day is going to be bullish, but like mixed bullish. Kind of mixed around the open, but eventually leading to the upside after establishing support with a little bit of sideways rotation, moving to the upside. It doesn't it doesn't necessarily hold because there's a low correlation here. So we probably drop and then there's a fast sudden move higher out of the low. It's either that or we have like a really big move higher from the open into like the 10 to 11 o'clock hour where we have a failed attempt to break through resistance and then a decline through support, and then that takes us into the low. That might be what's actually taking place. It's a little hard to determine. But even then, it's still mixed. So we decline through key support into like the 12 o'clock hour, and then there's another big move from the bottom of a range to the top of a range on a 1 day scale. But then we have that other cross-reading. I consider this a cross-reading congruency. It's a cross-reading correlation, but the ace and the princess cards are so similar in energy. I mean, they have this exact same card correlations. So it's, to me, it's like a cross reading congruency with the 1 month where we have the Ace of Wands here. So that's what I mean. There's a lot of cross reading congruency stuff going on here. This may very well be the high for the month right here. The Ace of Swords indicates possible high again, and you can see we have another cross reading congruency here. Ace of Discs could indicate a high indicator with the high and the low being in close time proximity to each other. So it might be that we see the high again. But I think we probably see the high again towards the end of the week. Probably, but this is the strongest probable location of the high, is my sense. And I'm not sure what I said on the 1 month. I think I did this one during retrograde, so I'm not sure exactly what I said on the 1 month. But that Ace of Swords is starting to stand out to me as a bullish move. Yeah, it's a bullish move. Out of, like, it'll start out negative, like decline, and then it's going to move pretty big to the upside, and we might see another high right there at the end of the week on the 13th. But this is a very interesting month, guys. The Princess of Swords and the Princess of Discs and the Princess of Swords combined for the theme. It's like really indicative of a lot of trade opportunity to make some money here, guys, between like a channel. Either that or that, matter of fact, that Princess of Discs is a really strong cross-reading congruency as well, because we have possible lowest low here. As I said, it looked like we probably would end up in a low in October, even though the correlation here on the 1 year is in September. My sense is that it probably ends up being in October. And the reasoning for that is because the 1 year, the 2023 1 year low significator card is the Princess of Discs. We have it on the lowest low significator on the 1 year somewhere here around the cusp of September, October. And then when you look at the 1 month for October, we've got that cross-reading congruency where we have the Princess of Discs. It's like indicating to us, here's the year's low. And we probably see it more than once. Hey, Proof. How does the weekend look for APE and Orbs coin? Let me see here. Hey, Robert. Hey, Hamza. All right, so APE. How's the weekend look? Pretty notable decline tomorrow and leading into Sunday. The decline into Sunday offers an opportunity to open up a long position on a multi-day scale, it looks like. Let me just verify that. Ooh. So, APE decline tomorrow through multiple supports into Sunday. Sunday's decline offers opportunity to open up a long position, which I would close the very next day, where I just pulled the unicursal hexagram and the overbought peak that we sell off from. So there's a trade in there. Orbs. Looks like there's a pretty big drop over the weekend of the solar eclipse, guys. I'd be pretty mindful of that. Or around the weekend. It may not be over the weekend. It looks like it's over the weekend. But with the eclipse, it could throw it off a little bit. The eclipses have a tendency to prolong trends. Alright, so orbs over the weekend. We have a crest that we sell off from down to and through support on Saturday. We do a U-shaped reversal below that support, come back and reuse it as support. And then it looks like we probably on Sunday move back into that crest, rallying through a resistance level on a multi-day scale, staying above it briefly and then breaking back down through the same price level with a full retracement. It's probably the same price level as the prior day's crest. Is there a good opportunity to open a short on XRP Sol, looking at monthly close coming? I mean, XRP and Sol are two of the altcoins that I'm most bullish about, Hamza. So I'm not sure if it's a great idea to be looking for short opportunities in them. I mean, I could take a look for you, but I would probably be looking for long-term buy and hold opportunities in those two cryptos. Those are two of the cryptos I'm most bullish on. Two of four. No, two of five. And two of three altcoins. I stopped doing the monthlies on Sol. I just remembered. But I've got the 1 year. And even so, I'm still pretty bullish on it. Huh, interesting. So where's the... Let me open up my trading view here. When will the small caps bottom out? October or November? It looks like we may have kind of like a double bottom October, November for small caps. Which there's a lot of low correlation going on here. It's possible we see another low. Well, there should really be some like whipsaw action here. Where we go from like a pretty big high to this is probably like a significant low for the year, which I probably left out on the 1 year because I did this so long ago. I didn't really have a full understanding of this stone yet. XRP Sol shorts. I still haven't figured out how to get it to fit to my screen, but it's close. So we had this lowest low here around the cusp of August, September, and you can see right here, September 10th, 11th, we had a lowest low, or close to a lowest low, I should say. There was another one here, and it looks like June, and another one here in March. And you can see we have one there in March. This is a pretty solid reading, so we should see I mean, you could possibly short Solana off of the October high, which It's hard to say where it is, but it comes within close time proximity to the low. I think the high is probably before the low, probably around the cusp here of September, October. But this Ace of Discs means a lot of price change. Although I would probably just be looking for bullish opportunity, like buy and hold opportunities for Solana. That's the main theme for Solana in 2023. And then the other one, XRP, right? This is one where I wasn't able to determine where the highest high was. Looking at it now, I can see why. I should have been able to determine it right here around the cusp of July, August with this stone. In any case, there's a pretty sharp drop, it looks like, at the end of September, or like that's an opportunity at the end of September before a sharp drop. Although, again, it's not one that I really would advise shorting, my friend. I would look for opportunity around the early November to open up a long position, or if there's a sharp drop here around the cusp of September, October, I'd open up partial long position, and then more in the midst of a decline in early November in anticipation of revisiting a multi-year crest here in 2024. Somebody did order the Sol 1 year, so like a partial part of it is like the first quarter of the year comes out sometime in October, I believe, for the public version. Would October be good? Would October be a good month to enter Palantir for going into 2024 bullish? 2024, I'm not so sure 2024 is looking that hot for Palantir. Over a multi-year scale, I think Palantir's a pretty solid buy. Let's take a look. I remember it being one that was definitely on our list in the stock pickers at the top of the list. Right, so big move to reach for distant resistance, or in this case, a distant high. 2021, we had this pop higher and then this full retracement. Also, kind of like the high there was more in 2021 than 2022. We have the correlation kind of here on the cusp. 2022, 2023, period of volatility that ends with a fast, sudden move higher. 2023, which really it looks like probably ended up being well, technically, I guess this is the price level, the resistance that's highlighted on a multi-year scale. There's a trade opportunity there. And I think it's probably before a trough. I think 2024 wasn't looking so hot, actually. It's the following 10-year period where it gets really bullish, but there's a lot of trade opportunity in the last 5 years of the decade. Oops. Yeah, I did the markup for this. I don't think this has been posted yet, though. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, it's looking like 2024 is not looking so hot for Palantir, but what I think it's what I think it's offering is opportunity. Right, so 2024 is sideways rotation, which is what this prudence card is sometimes, like multiple false tops or multiple false bottoms. It looks like we may have a brief peak that's easily missed and then maybe multiple false bottoms here. Um, with the lowest low mid-year. I would be looking for opportunities in 2024 to open up a long position in PLTR. That's what it looks like to me, surprisingly enough. Do I think ICP will outperform Sol in 2024? Good question. Let's take a look. ICP I forgot about, was probably on my list of bullish ones as well. Let's double check. Oh, and you asked me that question. I forgot to answer that question in the 1 years. My fault. Comparing like whether or not it'll beat Bitcoin's performance throughout the year is a good idea. I totally forgot about it, my friend. I'll start adding that to the 1 years. Um, so it looks like a tricky one, but it does have highs at the end of the year. I think ICP is probably going to outperform. So let's ask the cards. Let's see. Wow, that's tough. Soul Prudence card. Let's see what the 10 years have to say. Did I do an ICP? I think I did. Yeah. Although it's not marked, it is marked up. Well, they're both really bullish. ICP seems like it's got more price swings going on. Excuse me. Man, it's hard to tell. It's hard to say, my friend. It's really hard to say. I think looking at the 10 years, probably they both have very similar kind of shape on the 10 year, where they move higher through resistance, stay above it briefly, break back down. It's like a pop and drop here, and there's a high correlation here. The abundance card is also a high correlation, and it's or high card in a lot of cases, and it's right next to a high correlation. So they're both looking like they've got an opportunity in them. But and then the following 10 year period, this is a pretty notable rally. This rally, however, for Sol pushes the upper end of a multi-year higher, so we probably see new all-time highs here for Sol in the following 10 year period. If I had to pick between the two, I mean, I would probably go. Wow, hard choice. I would probably go with Sol. But it's a hard choice. It's a really hard choice. Hermes, you're sitting on my mouse, man. You're such a goofball, you know? I know, you just want to go to sleep, right? You want to nap on my lap. Where's my mouse? My mouse is gone. Great. What the heck? Hermes. Hermes, stop licking my mouth, please. Thank you. Yeah, proof. I would say wait. Hey, Deduct, welcome. The Bitcoin forecast for October seems counter trend to SPY. Can you please double check if that will be the case? Alright, Bitcoin. There I go daydreaming again. Hermes, come over here, you goofball. Come sit over here. Come. I know you're having trouble getting comfortable. November monthly started dropping on our website today, by the way. If you are somebody that subscribes to one of our monthly subscriptions, they started dropping today. The majority of them are going to drop tonight and tomorrow. As well as daily S&Ps should start dropping tonight for those of you that have early access on the website as well. Guys, if you're new, what I'm talking about is here on our website, tarotfortraders.com. Our services, SO Meta Posts, can get early access here. Click here to subscribe. $29 a month. Great way to like intro into supporting the channel. The monthly subscriptions are a little bit more pricey, but frankly, considering the information that they reveal most of the time, they're super underpriced, and it's a great way to support the channel. So you can subscribe to any of these tickers or crypto symbols, and if you're interested in more than one, highly recommend the 30 days access to All Paid, which is our most popular subscription. And these are the people that the subscribers of these monthlies are the people that are like supporting the channel, like without a doubt, providing peace of mind and planability. So much appreciation to you guys. S&P 1 year. And where's the Bitcoin 1 year? Okay, that's Bitcoin October. Oh. All right, so on the 1 year, it does look like they follow a similar pattern. But that doesn't mean it's the case, because you could be off 2 weeks on one and not on the other, you know? So let's take a look. Excuse me. I think they're both pretty mixed. They're both pretty mixed throughout the month. Right, like we got a peak, we got a peak and a trough over here, right? We've got a another peak here around the 5th, peak around the 5th. We've got a trough here on the 10th. Nothing really pointing out on the 10th. Peak around the 12th, peak around the 12th, trough around the 15th. And then looks like there's a trough here. This might be a lowest low actually right here. I might have missed that. That looks like it could be a lowest low right there based on the S&P October having a lowest low right there. I'm going to add that in there, guys. Good question, my friend. Thank you for pointing this out. The Octobers were done during retrograde. I think they're pretty solid, but, you know, I might have missed a few things. I worked hard on these. What is going on? Right, that looks like a... Where did it go? That looks like it could be a lowest low right there as well. Man, what? I must have missed a couple things in this Bitcoin. That looks like a lowest low. This also looks like a highest... It could be a highest high as well. This looks very similar. I think I just left out some things from the Bitcoin reading that made it look like it's not. And this wealth card right here is a cross reading congruency. So wealth card and the disc card, it's possible that there's a high there based on this high here in the S&P. It's very possible right here there's a high. Right, so this is actually following pretty similar for the most part. This is a crest here. Yeah, that looks like a lowest low indication. Man, I missed a few things in this one. Yeah, I missed quite a few things. Wow, I'm glad you pointed that out, my friend. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, it looks pretty similar to me. Hermes would choose bone token. Do they have a biscuit token? Because you'd go for that over a bone, probably. You're welcome, Deduct. I'm not sure what you're thanking me for, but you're welcome. Sui and APT coin for the weekend. Oh, I saw your message, Deduct. I'm gonna respond to that later today. It's because there's a lot of mixed behavior, so it's gonna go back and forth pretty erratically. It looks like sidewaysy with highs and lows, kind of back and forth. AV. All right, so Sui over the weekend. We have a pop and drop on Saturday, and a brief peak that's easily missed on Sunday, followed by decline through multiple support levels. APT coin over the weekend. Whoa. A big deal tomorrow. I pulled the Magus card, threw down another card to clarify direction, got the Ace of Discs. Threw down another card to get direction, got the Unicursal. Threw down another card to get direction, got the Failure card. So there's probably a significant amount of price change tomorrow, probably to the downside from like a peak or a significant opportunity. And then the following day on Sunday, we have an important range on a multi-day scale that's highlighted. It looks like it's possible. It's hard to say because it's mixed. We go from a crest to a trough and then kind of back to in between those two on Sunday. Bitcoin has a high on the 24th, SPY has a bottom. It probably has something similar to both, and it may take more than like one day. But the Princess of Swords here does indicate a significant move. Usually, there's like a bottom and a top of a range around the Ace of Swords or the Prince of Swords. But this is very, very high probable location of a highest high on Bitcoin. And you can see on the 24th we have on the SPY we have a lowest low, and then on the 25th we have a highest high. So very possible that they're both both accurate. They're saying something very similar. I could also put this in here. But it probably will take more than a day. Like that move from the bottom of range to the top of range. Usually it ends up with like a low and a high on either side of the princess or the ace swords, not necessarily right on it. It could be. It's a really big move, so it's a possibility. But that's where you could position yourself. You could trade both directions on that day, most likely. Oh, that sucks, Proof. So, guys, is there a way that I can make the information more effective for you guys, or is there stuff that like missing components that like I should try and like explicate in a video for you guys? Like, how can I help you guys to make money? Did you guys see the psychic development? Is it psychic development? On my channel, playlists.
This is not a water bottle. It's an air-up bottle that flavors ordinary water through scent using flavor pots.
Why did it do that?
This is the
Well, there's a playlist in there. I have to look up the name, but I have like subliminals that you can listen to. There's a playlist with subliminals specifically for like making you a better stock trader. There's one for forex. There's one for day trading. There's one for options trading. If you listen to them regularly, I mean, that's what I'm listening to right now are subliminals. I listen to subliminals all day long. I'm constantly reprogramming my mind so that it's not on autopilot. I'm actually determining what type of reality my mind is building based on subconscious belief systems, because I'm choosing those subconscious belief systems and then impregnating them in my own mind all day long, every day. That's how I became psychic. Or at least how I became aware of it. Yeah, the SPC one's really pissed me off because I mean, the 1 year's been pretty spot on aside from like the May-June area. But the monthlies, there was a couple that were pretty spot on recently, but not enough of them in a row. It's pissing me off. Like, the moves to the downside have been bigger than expected, and the moves to the upside have not been as big as expected. But I think that's probably going to turn around because the 1 year's pretty spot on, like I said, and we have highest highs at the end of the year in the last couple months of the year for SPCE. I don't think I would want to hold SPCE much longer than the beginning of next year at the latest. And there's a 2024 1-year reading for SPC out on the site. You can check it out on our YouTube channel. It's one of the last 1 years that we posted the whole year's worth of information. Everything else is now getting trimmed down to the first quarter of the year or the first quarter of the month, and everything else is behind a paywall because we've proven ourselves and we're tired of people taking the info and not reciprocating. Not you guys, other people. 1.5, 1.6 big trend line on SPY or SPCE, excuse me. This is the one that my family has a stake in. Which could be, I mean, it could be why my reading's been off, but I don't expect that it would make me that biased on the reading. You know, it just seems strange to me. But you can see here, October, November. In October, we go from a low to a high, and then we have another high here towards the end of the month. There's also probably a low here at the end of the year, too. It's possible. So there's like some pretty like big back and forth behavior going on. And the lowest low is here, right in like a decline out of September into October, where we have a lowest low. And then the Ace of Discs is often the lowest low on a 1 year scale. The Ace of Swords, which is covering it, meaning that they're within close time proximity to each other. The Ace of Swords, in a lot of cases, is the top, which would mean that we would see above $6, or at least $6. But we've already fulfilled lowest low here, right on the cusp of September, October. I would consider that accurate if we didn't continue to go lower. We've hit a lowest low there. Looks like we broke through it. Looks like in the last couple of days we bottomed out and we broke through that diagonal trend line right there. Interesting. But this is a bullish indication right here, guys. Yeah, well, in any case, this is a bullish indication, guys. Breaking through like that. We've also, this is a bullish indication. We bottomed out on the RSI. Now what we want to see is these moving averages cross upwards through each other. Starting with this red going through the yellow, then we want to see the yellow go through the blue go through the white go through the brown. Like, that would be awesome. And that would mean we were going into like the 20s at least. All right, I'm gonna wrap up here, guys. Let's take a look at SPY one last time here. Right, so this move out of the decline earlier today, this move to the upside continues into tomorrow, it looks like. Two of Discs is a difficult card to determine direction. It's very similar energy to the Three of Discs. They directly correlate to each other, so it may be that we see a similar price level around the open that we have at the close, and then another big move to the upside early in the morning. But this should be mixed. Probably what we're going to see based on the price swings here around the high, and the fact that we have this wealth card here, is this move from the upside, which looks like we're a little bearish right now. That could be the trough I was talking about, maybe possibly picking up, but there should be a big move out of a trough here right in the last few minutes to the upside. In either case, tomorrow morning at the open, in the midst of a move to the upside, there's a pretty significant opportunity, a trade opportunity. I would say if you're not already in a long position, you probably want to hop in a long position. You may be able to close it first thing in the morning tomorrow. And if not first thing in the morning tomorrow, like if we open at like in like a low, you might be able to open up a long position or add to the long position there and then close the long position here at the end of the day. But at the end of the day here, towards this move to the upside here, this Princess of Wands, I definitely wanted to be putting myself into a short position or closing long positions. And it may be that we want to hold the short position into the fourth, not the third. It's possible that we revisit the high here on the third. But yeah, guys, this is an opportunity right here to open up a short position. Not going to last very long. I mean, to open up a long position. Open up a long position. Open up a long position. I'm so sorry. Right, and yesterday there was that rally here that offered an opportunity to open up a short position, and people might have got scared out, but if they held it until the midday trough, they would have been happy camper. Now we want to be in a long position, close the long position if we can first thing in the morning, maybe open up another long position. But if you do open up another long position here first thing in the morning, make sure it's before you see a big move higher in the morning. Like, do it real fast or don't do it. And then the real trade is to close the long position here. Matter of fact, it looks like there's a day trade here. In the midst of a rally here in the early afternoon, you might be able to open up a short position and close that short position for a day trade when we decline through multiple support levels into a low at the very end of the day. Or a trough, I should say, at the very end of the day. With all that said, guys, best of luck. Make sure to follow that rule of karma. The channel is counting on you guys. If you're new, here's where you do it, guys. On the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, this is the whole purpose of the channel. Somebody was not following this and was asking ridiculous amounts of questions again and again and again and again. They've been banned for not following the rule of karma. I warned them so many times. I warned everybody so many times. So, like, make sure to follow the rule of karma, guys. Like, that's also, if you notice, that person that got banned, they would always talk about how they were in a losing trade. What do I say? If you don't follow the rule of karma when you make money, not down the road, you intend to do it later. When you have a trade that profits, follow the rule of karma, because otherwise you're going to get it shut off. Like, that's exactly what happened to this person. They were just losing money anyway, so bye. You do it here, guys. 5% forward, 5% backwards. I think I left that out. 5% forward to one of these charities, 5% backwards to the channel. Leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that money out of love. The universe will consider you an angel investor of the channel and send it back to you tenfold through this channel, my friends. D-Duck, I'm going to respond to your message on the website. Oh, and guys, also a couple of things. Comment below if you're interested, what you think about these ideas. So I'm thinking about opening up access during market hours. It would be a premium service where you would get a direct line to me, and I would be available basically anytime during market hours. And we're talking about New York Stock Exchange market hours. I'm looking to do a service like that. It would obviously be one of our more expensive services, but it would most likely also include in it the all paid subscription as well as all of the 1 year paids. Appreciate it, Deduct. Thank you very much for your donations. Not a lot of people that actually follow through on that, so bless your soul for that. And then as far as people that regularly donate to the Rule of Karma, there's a Discord channel coming out specifically for Rule of Karma followers. This is different from people paying for subscriptions. This is specifically for people that are regularly following Rule of Karma. And then as far as the lives, guys, we're gonna add another tier on YouTube, a $150 a month tier that gets you access. We're gonna start alternating days of, like, every other day is going to be a live stream like this, and then every other day is going to be a live stream where only people who have the 150 subscription are able to ask questions. And then there's going to be days where everybody can ask questions, but the people who have a star next to their name don't need to pay per question. We're going to start charging people for questions. We just have to, guys. There's not enough income coming in. If we want to keep putting out content, that's what we got to do. Or we need a bunch more Robert Lellises putting in their 1 years like every week, like an awesome person. But those 1 years are super accurate, guys. That's why he keeps ordering them. He's ordered 1 years before, and any of the 1 years you look at, for the most part, they're pretty accurate. I think the SPC is probably our least accurate 1 year to date, and it's still pretty darn accurate. You can order a 1 year here on our website, our services, SOMeta Posts. Scroll down to 1 year report, click here. This is also where you would specify any ticker or crypto that you're interested in the channel covering. This is where you got it done fast, and by fast I mean like within 3 weeks usually. You specify the year that you want to have the report done for, and you specify the ticker symbol or crypto here, and that gets you all of the information that you would get like on one of these right here, right? Well, like the Bitcoin, we determine where highs and lows are for the year, as well as overall behavior throughout the year, and best trade opportunities and trend direction and stuff like that. Very valuable information. 250 is a steal, my friends. With that said, thank you to everybody supporting the channel. Oh, that's awesome. Appreciate it, AV. Really noble thing of them to do. All right, my friends, I'm going to roll. Have a great weekend. Look out for those November readings dropping throughout the month of October. And we're also going to start seeing a lot more 1 years coming through as well. Look out for those. But have a great weekend, guys.